What's up, everyone? Infinite here, and today we'll be talking about my FJ62, the 88 Land Cruiser. So, this vehicle has 288,000 miles on it. We'll give a quick look on it. Currently not running. Was running when I purchased it, but we ran into some issues. It goes to mileage, and then when you put it on the ignition, it should have an engine check light. Now the bulb does work. There is voltage coming to that, and I've done all the diagnostics for it. It pretty much comes out to either being an ECU, bad ECU, or bad ground on the ECU. I ordered an ECU already because prior to this not turning on, it was throwing a diagnostic code for code 35, which is for the high altitude compensator. And then it said the troubled area was going to be the ECU anyways. So I figured I'd get two birds, one stone, and then just verify that it was an ECU issue and not some sort of sensor or whatever. Yeah, here goes the interior. This is probably the only tear in the actual seats, besides the backing of the rear passenger or driver side. I do have the cover for this. It's currently off because, again, I was trying to see. I took off pretty much the dash and checked wires and whatnot. But yeah, all fuses are good. Finally got them to work. They were popping a lot because some of the wires were grounding improperly from the side markers. So the side markers are replaced. That one also had wiring spliced for a rear trailer lighting. We'll do those panels. Pretty good condition. We'll do a quick frame check. You got some rust here on the doors. Rockers look pretty decent. And then the frame, just a bunch of surface from what it looks like. Exhaust is pretty much on a stop right here. Suspension is eventually going to get looked at. Like I said, marker lights were replaced. Disconnected. They're right now in the back. I think the previous owner disconnected it just to have more articulation. It looks like aftermarket tank. I'm not sure if it's smaller or bigger. I know there goes the hitch. There goes the wiring. But I know the stock tank is like about 24 gallons, and I think I've only was able to fill this up to about like 18 gallons. But I'm not sure if there's like some sort of reserve or something like that. So there goes the arms. Here goes the interior. Like I said, that's the only part. We do plan on cleaning this out. Obviously not that just mess, but the actual where the sound deadening's at, and then put proper sound deadening, not proper, but more sound deadening, and then putting some sort of dog hair resistant stuff down just for we do plan on having road trips with this vehicle and taking our dogs with us. So yeah, there's gonna be some upgrades like roof racks and obviously interior stuff and whatnot for comfortability. Yeah, let me take a look at the frame. Here it goes. Front and rear axles are leaking, or I guess the pumpkins are leaking, and then the front Burfield axles need to be replaced. Rocker panels, good. And then this is the worst of the rust. Is the front passenger side, and then there are some spots, obviously around here, up here, not bad. And then the rear gutter actually is the worst on the actual body. Let's see what else. Sorry for all these wires around. Like I said, I was diagnosing a lot of the issues. So the issue currently right now, like I stated before, the CEL light isn't coming on, and it should be coming on. The bulb and I believe the connections there are fine. I actually need to recheck that because I'm 100% sure it's fine, but you know, I'm only 60% sure that I'm 100% sure. Battery was good. Starter was giving us issues, so we ended up replacing that, and I have that on the table. I'll show that. I was going to rebuild the starter, but just the parts weren't going to come in time, so I preferred to just get a remanufactured Denso one instead of like some non-stock or almost stock ones, you know, aftermarket. You can see where I removed the main relay. Open circuit relay was being tested. Took out some of the tubing here, or airflow here, just to make sure fuel pump was running. Like I said, went through this in depth just to find if it was the actual ECU being. That was bad. So we talk about some of the issues. Like I said, not running. Major issues is the pump wire, or the pump line is steering line is was cut, but it has been replaced with some flexible line as well. I mean, all these hoses are pretty much dry rotted, so we'll have to go through all that. I did have a bit of a fuel leak, so we replaced this. It was actually cracked on the firewall side, like a little weld. I haven't tested this one because again I haven't ran it, but hopefully it was just the regulator, pressure regulator, not the actual injector like bracket thing. EGR delete's coming soon, and I'll probably make a video on that. We're not going to remove the pump just yet, but I do plan on doing that eventually. Let me see what else. Fusible link is in decent condition, but there was some fraying, so we do have cruiser trash parts, fusible link that turns that pretty much into, if I'm understanding it correctly, it turns the wiring fusible links into a fuse, like just the ones you were able to like snap in and pull out. I'm gonna do the big 3 upgrade, so all grounding wires will be being replaced. I don't know if I'm gonna just buy custom wires or make them myself, because I'm waiting for the cruiser trash parts fuse box essentially to come in, so that way I know what the length of the wiring should be. And yeah, I believe, I'm not sure if it's the radiator or the condenser. I'm pretty sure it's the radiator though. There is some evidence of some sort of like JB weld going on, and plus the coolant does look kind of murky, but it doesn't, the engine cap and that don't look frothy, so I'm not sure if it's just a recent thing or not. So we'll probably do a radiator change as well, probably to something fully aluminum, maybe an electric fan. Don't know yet, just because if we do end up doing an engine swap on this, I want it to kind of be like future proof. But not that we will be doing an engine swap on it. That's just like way down the line, because I do plan on rebuilding this engine and then running it to essentially we blow it up. As you can see, there's a lot of like RTV around. This was all done by the previous owner. Like I just started touching the engine compartment, besides an oil change and cleaning out the filter and battery terminals and whatnot. The steering components do need a little cleaning, probably a bit of a replacement. Suspension will be getting replaced soon, hopefully. Obviously that's on the list, but not sure when. Axles need to get rebuilt. You can see where it's all building up right there, and then I think that one's actually leaking there. So axles will get rebuilt, brakes will get rebuilt. Like I said, I want to make this vehicle take care of the drivability, make sure it is kept up with maintenance, and then make sure it's reliable. Eventually, we do plan on getting bigger brake kits, but I think we need like 17-inch rims, or at least a 17 or 16. So we'll see which package we go with. We do plan on getting a lift as well, probably OME or Dobinson, or the mix of both, the shocks and whatnot. We are leaking some oil, probably rear main seal, and then we need to do valve adjustments, so we'll probably do a video on that. Probably rebuild, like I said, coolant. We're probably gonna have to flush, so we'll see. We'll make a video on that. The gauge is reading when it gets grounded, but it is not reading now, and I think it's just corroded on this end on the actual temperature sensor. We're gonna try to clean up this bay as much as possible, and hopefully get it running. So that's what we want to do. An EGR delete. We probably want to do this as well. We'll probably get I think some aluminum boxes for that. But again, that's all towards the end if we decide to even go that route. First of all, like I said, we want to make it drivable. We want to make it reliable, and then we'll talk about all the extras. But yeah, here goes the vehicle. 88 Land Cruiser, decent frame, decent body, some rust spots here and there. Engine ran perfect, ran as fast as it could. It probably just needed some valve adjustments and some the fuel to air ratio, so adjusted. So we'll look into that when it gets running. We'll wait for that ECU, and then we'll take you along with that. But here goes what happened so far. Kind of just an update. This is the fuel pump regulator. Actually, it's right here. This is the old one. It was, if it's like this, it was cracked in there. Oh yeah, you can probably see it right there towards the back. It was bubbling. And we actually would smell the fuel. When we would park it, we would smell the fuel just like spewing. And we would always ask, like, why does it smell like fuel? Like I said, the rear marker lights were replaced just because we thought the harness was compromised, but it was actually the main harness, and we looked into that, and we did the best we can to repair it. These wires here were grounding, along with the wires that were connected to this. You can see it was spliced here. These wires here were grounded. These are the front marker lights. They were grounding the lights out, the headlights and the blinkers, and it would pop our fuses. So finally got that replaced, and then they didn't have a backing either, so we ended up just buying those. I wish we would have known about the I think like the snow version of them, and I think that would have been, I wouldn't say a better buy, but I think that would have been a cooler buy, like already upgrading some of the things on this. Here are some of the spark plugs. You can see not in the best condition. We replaced these, and these are not in any way modified by me, in the sense of like I did not close a gap, I did not open a gap, I did not damage them to make them look worse. You can see all the rust. It just seems like the last time they changed these was probably over 100,000 miles ago. So I brought new OEM spark plugs, and I put them in proper gapping. Here goes the starter. It was having a bit of a power, I think, surge, and it would pop out, spin fast, and then bog down and go halfway back in, with like half a second of like the bench testing it. Aside from that, I think, like I already said, the only other things were probably the struts and some other things. But yeah, that is the 88 Land Cruiser. I hope to see you guys soon. And if you guys are interested in any other maintenance that's going to go on for this cruiser, just let me know, and I'll see if it's on my list. hopefully I can put out videos maybe once a week or every 2 weeks, or even at least monthly. And hopefully I can just gather a bunch of stuff, do it all at once, and then kind of like put them out for you guys once a week. But the plan is, again, if you stuck this long into this video, get it to drive, get it reliable, and then start beefing it up. So yeah, I hope to see you guys soon, and hope you guys stay tuned. You know, let's make sure we revive this Toyota Land Cruiser. And if anyone gets any other inputs or maintenance tips on what I should probably look for, don't be afraid to drop them in the comments, just so that we can create a community to kind of get people into these vehicles again. Not that they need it, because I know they have like a cult following, but whatever, man. Like, let's build a family, you know. Let's build a community to get everyone together and look out for each other, especially out on the roads. I've seen some nice ones, and they're head turners for sure. But yeah, hope to see you guys. Stay tuned for this.